Hey seed nerds, welcome to the Understory Initiative's open source native seed lot database. Our database is broken up into three conceptual tiers: ecological, seed life cycle, and human and program. We are going to walk through the seed production life cycle in order to illustrate how our database works. One of the most powerful reasons to use a database is because it allows you to connect your scouting data to the seed lots actually produced. So right here we are looking at our scouting records. You can see that we have custom created a lot or population ID. The admin region is in the South Coast. We're also able to track things like the species name, site name, landowner, who was the person collecting or scouting. You can see we were there in 2020 and we didn't expect it to be ripe until the 26th of that month. And so that signals we need to come back a little bit later. Seed was not collected, or we could check that if it was. We're obviously tracking the individual location of our populations, and we can even put photos directly in the database to see what that population looked like. You can customize the data you keep in this table to whatever extent you like. We like to know how big the population size is, what the phenology was when we were visiting, and then have a place for any notes. So once the seed has been collected from the field, the next step is to do some cleaning. And we've found that it's really nice to be able to track the different processes used for cleaning seed. So you can see in the database here, we have Achillea millefolium. We have a drop down for the different threshing methods that we have available to us. You could add any of these that your organization uses. We have which screen we use on our seed cleaning machine, both the top and the bottom screen, and also the fan speed we use for that particular species. Then whenever we're recleaning or doing this process again in future years, we have a reference point we can look back to. And again, all these data are linked back to the specific species in the database. And we also have an online form that you can fill out while you are trying to clean seed. And this can be hosted on a website. And so we are able to just have staff fill out a new seed processing entry form and just talk about what they did to clean the seed and submit it, and then it'll show up in the database. So this is our seed lot tracking table. After we do our scouting and collecting in the field and then get our seed lots cleaned, we enter them into this table and link our collection back to the scouting record. So you can see here, this is where you would connect to the scouting link that's in the scouting records table, and that will automatically bring in the species name, if it was a wild collection, when it was collected, and then you would enter in how much of it you have. We tend to track raw ounces and then also how much is left after we clean. And that just helps us determine how much we need to collect in the field in order to reach our targets. You can also put in drop downs for what your estimate of the pure live seed estimate is. The database automatically brings in the collection site name because that's again collected when you're out in the field. And then we can have a separate way to track how much seed is actually on hand and then how much was originally in the lot if we do draws. We also track the storage location, which program or grant the seed belongs to, and any other notes. This really allows for a super robust set of information for any given seed lot. You can also expand the view and look at things in more of a species specific view and be able to see all of the notes as well as any changes that were made to that specific record and any notes from your team. Here we are looking at our grower information table. So you can see I have it sorted by the region. We work with growers in multiple regions. So this is a helpful tool. You can store information about where the farm is located. We have also set it up where you can add a PDF of their contract that you have on file, take any notes, and we have made it so that we can link it to our funding agreement that we use to pay for seed production. We also have a production specs table where we can assign certain production specs, ounces seeded, plugs planted, the year it was sowed, harvest date, etc., for any seed lots that we put into production with growers. And then, of course, all of the growers are linked back to the seed lots that they were supplied when we started production. So you can see that we are able to look at the grower table and see what seeds they were given. And then usually when you open up these seed records, you are able to see how much seed was provided them in various parts of the form. And you could set this up really any way that you wanted to be able to do this. You can track where the seed ends up on the landscape in a similar way to the grower tracking table. We haven't set that up yet, so I can't show it here. Thanks for joining us on this journey through our database, and we hope that you find it helpful.